Okay. Welcome back. We are back to the LRCL, and we're back to episode 2 of season 2 of the LRCL. You might have seen us doing our first episode for the season. It went okay. So earlier in that tournament, we had 5 robots get confirmed to advance to the round of 16. We have Event Horizon, Overkill, Radioactive, Titanium, and Tombstone. We also saw 3 robots get eliminated from the round of 16 because we did not select them as wild cards we do not plan to select them as wild cards for the round of 16. So Axel was eliminated. Bronco was eliminated. And New Cruelty was eliminated. So those robots, unless we get a rumble between all of them, we will not see them again this season. And then there are 2 robots who we have expressed interest in getting them as wild cards. Of course, we can't confirm that they'll be in the tournament. Because we're only a bit through the season. So the 2 robots whose future is uncertain is Mobius, and Warrior Clan. So, now tonight we have a brand new list of matches. Up here we have Rex versus Wedge. Then we've got Beta versus Ghost Raptor. Plague Doctor versus Chomp. Space Wedge versus Warhead. And finally, Cylinder versus Godzilla. So hopefully this will be a good one. Let's get into our first match. So you know the rules now. You have 2 minutes to cause the other robot to stop moving, or it is a draw. So, both of these robots are rookies. Rex is an existing robot. Wedge is a custom one, and both went some changes before the episode happened. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Okay. Just a second. Alright. Sorry. Just a second. Okay. Alright. The fight has started. And Wedge already with a flip there. And then now carrying Rex to a corner of the arena. Wedge using it to... No! Now Rex has been flipped out of the arena. That was a quick match. And a good win from Wedge there. So, nice job to Wedge. That was a quick fight. This is why we don't like out of the arenas. They end the match in no time at all. But Wedge is one of the the only flipper in tonight's episode, so hopefully that won't happen again. But then again, good job to Wedge. That means they will get a confirmed spot in the round of 16. Rex, they'll have to compete with all the other losing robots in the tour. Well, not compete, but we'll have to see how they performed again. How they performed as opposed to like Mobius, Warrior Clan on all of the other losing robots. Anyway, our next fight is between Beta and Ghost Raptor. So Beta was here last year. They have a hammer. It looks pretty damaging. So Beta beat Tombstone in the qualifying matches, and once they got to the round of 8, they defeated Space Wedge as the 4th seed, but they lost to Bronco in the semifinals. So they added some changes. They have a completely different hammer setup now because their original hammer got broken beyond repair during the fight with Space Wedge. So yeah. Ghost Raptor is a new robot. We don't know what to expect from it. Has a big horizontal spinner. Looks like it can do damage, but it is not invertible. So let's see what happens in this fight. We're waiting. Sorry, Buddha had some paper for whatever reason stuck to its hammer. So, that was interesting. Now we need to secure this securing process is important before each fight begins. We need to secure all their parts, make sure that they're going to be durable. Alright, now, oh my god, that was a huge, this hammer got launched all the way out of the trunk, so, Beta is still getting under his ghost reactor. Might go for a boss rush there, or, and now, Ghost Raptor is back, but, there's not really much of Vita left to damage, because it's so low to the ground. Ooh, there's a good boss rush of, Ghost Raptor right there, and Ghost Raptor is losing one of its forks, so, it is kind of turning out of control, so not really a good look, but ooh, and now there's a good hit by Ghost Raptor. Ghost Raptor is finally catching up, and he's still being aggressive, and oh, they've inverted Ghost Raptor. Yeah, this might be, the end of the fight here. Peta's hammer base is a bit damaged, but the countdown has begun. And Ghost Raptor is defeated. Beta will move on to the round of 16, despite taking immense damage. That was an interesting fight. I can see right now that Beta's hammer base is definitely their little Lego brick there is definitely broken on one side. It'll be interesting to see how that affects their durability, because now Beta already has a broken part of its hammer, which is why it was so quick to fall off. So we'll be interested to see how that affects their durability in the round of 16. As for Ghost Raptor, again, we're not sure what the odds are against them, but good job to Beta. Now we've got a battle of rookie bots. We've got Chomp versus Plague Doctor, and so Chomp and Plague Doctor are both new robots. Chomp performed very well in the exhibition matches we did. We learned that their crusher was very durable, unlike some other robots' weapons. And it's very capable of doing damage. Like Tombstone, we haven't seen any weaknesses in the build so far. Plague Doctor was one of the few robots not to compete in any exhibition matches. So we don't really know what to expect from them. They have a little hammer saw right here. Plague Doctor is probably my favorite custom design. Besides Event Horizon. Event Horizon will probably always be my favorite build, but I don't know. We'll have to see who wins. So let's check. There we go. Securing their crusher a bit. That got a bit. Alright. Ooh, and Chomp is aggressive right out of the gate. Plague Doctor self-rights. And we're having a bit of control issues there. And Chomp got a hold on Plague Doctor. It couldn't bite down quickly. And Plague Doctor got a hit with the hammer saw. And ooh, big box rush thereby. A ram by Chomp, and Plague Doctor seems to be stuck on the side of the wall, and with no hammer saw, that could be an issue. Chomp may have won this one. The countdown is beginning. Alright, and Plague Doctor has been counted out. Chomp will take the win on this one. So Chomp, a great win for Chomp there. We have so now they will be permitted into the round of 16. So yeah, good job to Chomp. Honestly, they're a big contender this year. I think they could go up against Schrodinger's cat and provide an equal match to them. So anyway, once again, a really good fight. But now we have Warhead versus Space Wedge. And Space Wedge, I believe this year is called, what was it named? What was it? Forgetting, was, technetium. It was a radioactive element, chemical element. That's why it's hard to remember. So Warhead versus technetium. I hope I'm not mispronouncing that. So technetium and Warhead. Warhead is a new robot to this league. They had a couple of real life fights, so hopefully, yeah. And technetium, last year they got to the quarterfinals by a win against Fight Force, and entered as the 5 seed, but then Beta beat them. So now they're hoping for another spot in the tournament. Maybe with better potential this year, because this robot definitely has the potential to do pretty good things. They did damage Beta's original hammer beyond repair, so that was a good job, and we'll see what they're really capable of in this fight. So okay. spinning normally. Alright, now Warhead with a good hit on Space Wedge there. Technetium. And Technetium is now inverted. And Warhead continuing to do damage. Technetium with a little ram there. And Warhead with a bigger one. Technetium trying to make the best of the upside down wedge. And that was another good hit by Warhead. Almost put them on to their side. A lot of good changes by these two robots, but Warhead has mostly been the one dominating this fight so far. Bit of pressure there by Technetium. And Warhead has been inverted. That's interesting. Yeah, I think no, but just as the count starts, the fight has ended. So Warhead survived for just the right amount of time. This fight has been 2 minutes, so this means that this fight will be a draw. This will be the first ever draw in LRCL history because our robots are so good at damaging each other, and they're so unstable, and I poorly designed them so they all fall apart super easily, and then there's out of the arenas, so this will be good. So now that we have a draw, there won't be judges' decisions like in BattleBots, because we don't want to make any wrong choices with wild cards. We need to have exactly the right ones, and that might mean limiting the spaces available. So now that these two robots had a draw, that means that unless there are two more draws in for the rest of these, like of the remaining 5 qualifier fights, 2 of them would have to be draws in order for these two robots to not have a confirmed spot in the bracket. But they'll probably get one of the lower seeds. But yeah, good job to both of these robots for showcasing their durability, and nice job to the unit for almost knocking out Warhead. That was a good match. But now it's time for the final match of today. Cylinder versus Godzilla. So Cylinder, as you can see, is not a cylinder. It looked a lot more like a cylinder back in its first season. It does not look like a cylinder anymore. So last season it performed pretty well in the qualifiers, earned itself the 2 seed, and then everyone got shocked because it was upset by 7-seed Schrodinger's cat. So this robot is coming off of a huge upset loss. Of course, it wouldn't be an upset loss if it had taken place right now, because Schrodinger's cat is a really well-respected member of the LRCL roster, but Cylinder has good ramming skill. It has a good self-rider that I'm pretty sure wouldn't work in real life. But yeah, Godzilla, on the other hand, a custom design, a rookie robot, and didn't play in any exhibitions. So, to Crusher, we don't know what to expect from it, but hopefully we'll have a good match here. These robots were pre-checked before the episode started. They do not need to be checked again. So Cylinder with a nice little ram there. And Godzilla's grabbing one of Cylinder's tires. I know there's a good ram by Cylinder. Is it doing much to Godzilla though? Godzilla has taken the Cylinder's tire again. Cylinder escaping. He's been fighting back a little, but there's another ram by Cylinder. Cylinder hitting around. Now Cylinder almost got stuck on their wheels there. Cylinder is currently the only robot in the entirety of the robots this season who actually has wheels. A good run there by Godzilla. And big rush there by Cylinder, and now this will be a draw. So nice job to both Cylinder and Godzilla. It wasn't a very eventful match, but both robots were durable. I'd say Godzilla had the upper hand had this been a judge's decision, but yeah, good job to both robots. So that will conclude our the second episode of the LRCL Season 2. We hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for Episode 3 as the qualifying round concludes and the round of 16 bracket is finished. Thank you for your time, everyone.